In this video, I just want to go over a example of why it's important to have three open, high, low, close candles break a trend line before we look to decide whether the trend has ended or not, right? So we have pretty much just a pound dollar daily chart, right? And we have really an obvious trend right here, right? We probably have, if you stand back a bit, we've got one probably there, but really the most immediate one is going to be from here as we're making clear higher highs, higher lows, and we go a bit vertical right here. But price comes down into this zone, right? And traditionally traders would have probably, trading trend lines would have said that trend line is broken. Trend line is broken, right? But we don't get three open, high, low closes below that trend line break. In fact, what we start to get is a couple of fakes, right? So we get that, then we come back, right? So we know that this potentially could still want to trend, right? We haven't gone into a ranging market as yet, right? If we're looking at this being our indication of a potential end to the trend. Now there is, before we get further into this, I just want to go into, for example, this trend line right here. We have a steep trend line right there. We get 1, 2, 3 bullish candles, but the open, high, low closes are clear of that level. So if we had, if I go back to somewhere like here, if that had been the trend line we were looking at as far as indicating whether we're going into a trending market, then this would be it. Plus we have a bit of a got lower highs and lower lows being made. Price doesn't take out any previous demand, right? But we do have a lower high and lower low being made, right? So on a micro level, this would be a decent supply zone, right? From around here you're looking at, right? Or anywhere, if we're drawing our demand zones, oh sorry, our supply zones, it's going to be anywhere around here, right? But we also get, looking at that, we start to get, obviously, prices fall away. The end of the trend came to an end right here on the indication of this 3 open, high, low closes beyond this trend line. Now going back to this this trend line here, delete this, right? Going back to this trend line here, we could still be in a trend, right? There are a lot of traders that are looking at this area here as still being a potential level where traders will want to get long, and you can see that traders do. But the point I'm trying to make is that we want to see 3 open, high, low closes beyond this level that indicates that this level now, right, is or this trend line indicates another potential ranging opportunity, or the market entering a ranging opportunity. But we still are looking at the overall trend. So this trend here is holding until we get 3 open, high, low closes, right? So just because we get a close here, right, and one candle, and then we get another bearish close here in real time, still does not mean that we're entering a ranging market. So we continue going forward, you can see that the trend actually still continues. We again get another close below, right? But we get into where we are at today. Now, another thing I want to mention, let me just clear these drawing tools, remove drawing tools, right, is that we had a trend line probably from around here, right? Now this trend line again does not move until a new high is made, right? Until prices break above this high, then what we do is we join the low, right? That would be where we'd be looking for, because then this would be the overall trend. And you can see if I get the arrow, and this is just a rough version, we'd have pullback, shoot up, shoot down, and then we'd have a new high being made. And if that was the new high, then this would be the higher low. So until this, if price doesn't make a new high, then we cannot move that trend line, right? That trend line always stays there. Now we also, before we end this video, we also have trend lines here, right? We've got multiple trend lines, right? And there's nothing wrong with drawing your trend lines and having multiple trend lines on the chart. We also have one right here as well, we can see, right? But what I would say is that what you want to do is kind of focus on a few trend lines. When I say a few, maybe 2 to 3 trend lines at max. Look where you are in the overall picture. Remember, this is the high and this is the low, right? We enter the range really on the break of this immediate trend line here. So this is where we first knew that really we were going to be entering a potential sideways range until we got to this overall area, trend area here, right? So we were looking to short around here. If you were looking to buy, obviously, the dollar and short the pound. But it's okay to have you know, I said multiple trend lines, but what you want to do also is keep an eye on the overall trend. Now if we were looking to get short at a break of these trend lines, so let's say for example this trend line, this first trend line right here, let's delete these two. Now you're seeing a decent trend there. Actually, matter of fact, let me go, yeah, let me draw that one there, and let's draw this one here, right? Now you're seeing higher highs, higher lows being made in this first trend line. Now, yeah, you see 1, 2, 3 open, high, low closes, right? So you're thinking, okay, this should be a decent supply zone, right? Now, although it's a supply zone, if you're looking at the overall range, right? So from this high to this low, right? And if in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the value range tool. That'd be a lot easier. You can see that this area here isn't the optimum buy zone, right? It really isn't the optimum buy zone when it comes to your potential location to try and get short. Really, if you're trying to get short, this is the high of the immediate range or the overall range, right? So although this was a decent shorting opportunity, and that's not to say that you shouldn't have taken this, right? Because if you believe that the pound is going to get weak and the dollar is going to get strong, and this is fair value right here, then you are buying in a cheap area. But just keep in mind that the top of the range is around here, right? And this is where you really got probably your freshest area of supply right there. So that's where we're into the top of the range. This is the cheapest area. So although this is a high probability trade and we did follow the rules, prices did take out some demand here as well, right? So you do have an area of demand, right? And let's do that as green, right? And then this was obviously your area of supply, right? And what we saw was prices took out this area of demand. So once it takes out an area of demand, this should become a strong area of supply, right? So we've definitely got a strong area of supply here, or potentially strong area of supply, and we did get a reaction, but from the overall range, this is this would be the higher area if prices get here. And remember, as traders, you're going to get trades. The perfect setup and the perfect setup may not work, right? This is a trade that I was really looking at, but fundamentally and sentiment wise, the British pound is there's a buy the rumor, sell the facts issue going on right now, and the US dollar has got some negative sentiment really. So it really didn't fit 100% right into my trading plan. But from a technical perspective, this would have been a good short. So if you took it and lost, and you put your stop loss anywhere above here, or even if you're in the trade still above here, well done. But again, the setup is the setup. We take the trade if you want to take the trade and it meets all of your criteria. But from a technical perspective, right, just keep an eye on the overall picture as well, so that's probably why maybe the trade didn't work out. But again, sometimes it does. It's just about probabilities, right? But as a setup, great setup, trend line breaks. We always want to look to see 3 open high low close candles. Don't move the trend line until prices make a new high, right? So I hope that helps. Again, if you have any questions, just email me at trading180 info@trading180.com.